to see that, or is that too much?
So, of the 5 of you that raised your hands who bought a Mac, why did you buy a Mac? I want to know, just why?
Quality.
Okay, quality. Reliable. Okay.
Cool.
Protection. As far as viruses go.
Protection.
For the music and video capability.
Okay. Audio, visual. Visual. Do you like them?
Yes,
Cool.
even though I don't have one.
So my question now is, who likes to save their money? Yeah, everyone should raise their hand. So what I'm going to do, this topic is to help you understand that you can save your money by buying a PC and you can run Mac on it. You don't have to pay the $2,600 for the iBook or the MacBook Pro when you can spend $1,000 on a PC. So in order to understand this, let's go back in technology. In 1980, Steve Jobs from Apple Corp, he created the first graphical user interface machine, a GUI, which he codenamed the Macintosh. It was based on a Motorola processor. The brain of your computer is what was running this thing. It was from Motorola. In 1982, Bill Gates he put Windows on the first PC, and the brain of the PCs was either AMD based or Intel based. Now, as we go through the time, in 1995, Steve Jobs changed again, took on his Macintosh, and moved to an IBM Power PC. It was IBM's it was what they were putting in all the servers that all the businesses were using. Like, it was just a really, really good processor. So, what happened as we go throughout time is Mac's finally catching up. 2005, they changed the brain to Intel, which is what PC did way back when. So Steve Jobs, he quoted this in 2005 when they made the switch to Intel. He says, Mac uses Intel Pro, it says, it has been 10 years since our transition to the Power PC. And we think Intel's technology will help us create the personal computers for the next, the best personal computers for the next 10 years, unquote. And that was from Steve Jobs in 2005 from a conference. I'll bring it back. So, from this point to this point, Apple has manufactured all the components except for their processors. They didn't outsource right up until 2005 when they moved to Intel. With them outsourcing, the first iBook, I think yours is an iBook, right? MacBook. It's the generation before that, in 2006. What they did was they put an Intel processor, and it was manufactured by ASUS. As you can see, my laptop is an ASUS. So we see throughout this time that the hardware that Mac runs on is slowly pushing towards the PC hardware. And so it makes you wonder, so what makes Mac so great now? Why would you spend a premium? And like you guys said, there's reasons, you know, the audio, visual, things like that. But what it boils down to is, if you can run your Macintosh on a PC, why wouldn't you do that? Let me just make sure I know exactly where I'm going here. So to give you an idea of what we have, I'm gonna move something over so we can kind of compare prices here. So what we have here is we have a Macintosh, a MacBook, an iMac, 27-inch. What's that price say right there?
About $2,400.
$2,400. Okay? For those same components, what you see here, these are just the brains of the machine. It lists them all right there. For those same components, I can build you the exact same machine for, what does that say?
$1,200.
$1,200. The Mac OS is literally only $60. You can buy that from apple.com. So, and just to back up with the laptop, they made this move to kind of get the platform out there. They outsourced it so they could build more quality, more mass quantity over quality products, according to Softpedia.com. So, as we see, if we want to save money, then it's plain and simple to see that we can build a PC. But if we want the aesthetics, if we want the security, if we want the audio visual, and right now I'm not actually, this is a virtual machine, but I'm going to install it actually on my laptop. But if we want all those things, why don't we just do this? Because it's all there. Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Communicator, Firefox. It's plain to me to see that if you want to save money and get a good computer with Mac OS, buy a PC and install the Mac OS on it. Any questions?
You can do that?
Yes.
So it used to be that when you installed a Mac OS system on a PC, and I don't know about more recently, but it used to be that it just plain didn't run as well. That the PC didn't have the same capabilities of running that software.
It used to be that, but since Apple has moved to components, to vendors who manufacture PC components, it's the same. I could take the processor out of his MacBook and put it in a same generation PC and it would run because it's the same components, it's the same hardware now. Any other questions?
Now, as far as laptops go, do you have to build one for that, or can you just go buy one and use it?
Well, for the laptop, it's a little bit more different. But yes, you can actually, we could probably put it on Jared, right?
Yeah.
We could probably put it on Jordan's laptop. You could probably just boot up and put Mac OS 10 on there. Plain and simple. How much did you spend on your laptop, do you mind me asking?
It's my work laptop.
So, my guess is probably $600–700. So, and how much did you pay for your MacBook Pro?
$1,200.
Yeah. So you can save $600 right there. Any others?
So you build them?
Yes, I build computers.
How much do you charge to build them?
It depends on who I'm building them for.
What do you say to the people that buy the Mac but run the Windows on?
It doesn't matter either way. I mean, it's the same hardware. I mean, what I'm trying to help you guys see is that why spend the $1,200 on the Mac when you can get the same components, same everything on the PC with installing Mac OS on it?
I'm saying
Right.
they're buying it.
Mac lovers will be Mac lovers.
So is the only difference between what you're proposing here and buying a Mac Apple? Like, will this do exactly what someone else's Mac will do?
It will do everything exactly what someone
It just
else's
won't
Mac
have
will do.
that cool
It
Apple.
just won't have the Apple icon. Any other questions?
I just stick with it.
I have the last question because we gotta move on. Can you run both programs like on the same
Simultaneously?
simultaneously? So if you've got a Word document you're working on or an Excel spreadsheet you're working on in Windows, because that's the way it was sent to you, but you're working on another document in Mac, what's the what is it?
Well, there's two ways. Like
Bellemy.
he talked about buying a Mac and installing Windows on it. So what you can do is what's called dual boot. When you first turn on your computer and you see all that flashy little garbage that nothing makes sense and then it pops up and says Windows is booting, what you can do for dual boot is it comes with an option that says, do you want to boot to Mac OS 10 or Windows? If you do that, then it's separate from each other. Same hard drive, you can transfer data, but one is in sleep and the other one's awake. And so the only way to transfer data is to like save it on the Windows and then swap over to the Mac. Or you could do what I'm doing right now, which is run it in a virtual mode. As you can see, I'm still in Windows, but yet I'm able to function in what the Mac has to offer. Like I can pull up my Microsoft Word. It might take a minute because I'm virtual, but it's the same concept. And if you do it this way, then you can transfer back and forth.
Easy.
So, any other questions? No, you were the last question. So, that's it.